Hey guys, this video is a bit rushed. It's a kind of like a hot take review type deal. You know, you get it out there real fast and tell people if they should buy this or not and all that. So if a few of the takes are super hot and they just don't really work out with the game after we've played it for a while, I apologize. It's just something that's off the cuff. I played it for the last however many hours. I think it's been 6 or so. So I've got a decent grasp on it. I've played the new characters, all of them. I've got them all unlocked. I've done all the achievements and stuff like that. So I know a bit about it. With that said, this is a review for the DLC of the game, not the game as a whole, just the DLC of the game, but I will talk about how it affects the game as a whole. So first things first, let me walk you through how the DLC starts and how you actually get into the DLC content. First of all, the items and the maps are kind of always there, like they're just going to be there forever, but you can turn them off if you want to, which is cool. I love Risk of Rain for doing that, so you can just turn off DLCs if you don't want to play with them. And the first few things you're going to notice is the new UI and the new HUD and all that cool stuff. They've changed a lot about the game, and it looks slightly different, and also they reset all your fucking settings, which is really fucking annoying. I love your music, don't get me wrong, but also I don't want to be ear raped by the music. So now you can just pause and look at your items in your inventory, which is a very big quality of life change. You can also look at the monster logbook while you're in the game, which is really cool and really nice, and I think it's a very good way of doing it. So after you choose the first character you want, probably the new Seeker character, because, you know, it's the new character, you give them a try. You have 2 routes you can go. You can either go straight to the portal and teleport, which will take your money and then charge up the teleporter, which you can stop early, which I don't know what that does. I think you just get less items at the end. And then at the end, it'll give you 3 items, and it'll also spawn in one of these guardian dudes who will try to attack you. And then you can go through the green portal. Don't worry, you can continue and loop all you want, and then go ahead and beat the boss later when you're mega OP, like I did. What's interesting is that the Void boss is usually after Mithrix. The new boss is before Mithrix, because it is done in 4 stages. You get the first stage that you actually went to the realm, and then you get 2 maps you have to go through, and then on the 4th map, you go to the boss, which is very interesting. I find that very weird. I'll talk more about the maps later. I have points that I'm going to go over later. But yeah, after going through the maps, then you finally get to the boss, which you have to go through and touch these lollipop things, and then you get a special item at the end. You can also hit these cauldrons if you want. And then you fight the boss, which I'm not going to show here because I don't want to spoil things yet in case people still want to hear my shit. But needless to say, it's a fun boss, it's cool, he kicked my ass the first time I tried him. Considering this isn't scripted, it's a very rushed video, it's not going to be very well thought out. It's just going to be me saying everything I'm thinking right now, and it's going to be a little bit more loosey-goosey. So without further ado, let's talk about my points. First off, the maps are fucking awesome. It's hard to fuck up a map in this game, I swear, because even though, like, a lot of them aren't made for the characters I like to play now, it just doesn't matter, because it's just fun. Like, I like the new tree level, it's so cool, it's so open, I love the look of it, I love the Ewok vibe of it, and I really like the beginning level with the big old monastery, and like it's fun. I really like the new levels. They've got cool design. Whoever's on the design team is fucking killing it right now. The items I'm very torn up on. Like, they're really strong and they're really good if you're a greedy motherfucker like me, which is every Risk of Rain player, let's be honest. They're all really fun and interesting concepts, but some of them I just don't understand why they added into the game. They have this fin that knocks enemies into the air, which is pretty cool, but also I'm not sure what the point of it is. Basically, all of the new items are very greedy, though, except for, like, a few of the commons. Like, all of the legendaries I've gotten so far, except for the boomerang, have been really greedy. Like, you get more money at the beginning of the stages, you get more items from killing elite enemies and bosses. You get more items for opening boxes, and there's even more items that you can get by just chance. So, like, you can get up to, like, fucking infinite items from one box if you're lucky enough. I really hope they dish out some nerfs, though, because the one that makes it so you can drop items based on an elite or a boss kill is fucking crazy, and I don't think it should be in the game as it is, because it feels like every time. And I do mean every elite, by the way. That it could be literally a basic little Lemurian, a fucking jellyfish, anything. It can drop an item on kill. So maybe they could nerf it by making it only boss kills, so there's maybe an extra little, like, you know, in the beginning, it's a little bonus on top of killing the bosses, and then late game, you're going to get a lot more because you're killing bigger enemies. Don't be mistaken, the best item in the game before this was the executive card, and all it did was let you grab multiple items from multi-shops. And that was so busted because you could have more items than you were supposed to earlier on, which gave you a harder power spike, which made you even exponentially stronger. I know I'm a goblin and all that, but also I like to have a fair experience, and I don't like feeling like I just got handed a win because I got lucky. You know what I mean? Alright, I'm going to talk about the glitches now because they're a big part of people like not liking this DLC, and it is a good thing to go over because if you don't like glitches, you might not like the DLC for a bit and might not want to buy it right now. The glitches can be very fucking annoying because, like, just shit happens and you have no idea why it happened. Like, for a game that's so well polished as Risk of Rain, the glitches stand out so heavily bad. They are literally suffering from success because if the game was already kind of a glitchy mess, it wouldn't be noticed. Like, if a new glitch happened in, like, Warframe, nobody would know because it's just a normal thing in Warframe where there's a few glitches that just happen. You know, it's just a normal thing. But there have been times where I've just been completely cucked over. Like, some of my abilities just didn't work. Like, with the Seer, like, I was full Transcendence at one point and just straight up died. But I was still alive at some as well. Like, when I got the death screen, it was weird. But that doesn't matter. I'll be fine. Let me just go on and play again. Like, wait, what the fuck is that? Why is the sun doing that? What's going on? There are going to be a few glitches that you're going to have to look past. I think this one's just less polished because people were so excited for it, so they rushed it out, and it needed a few more months in the oven to be fully baked. I'm going to talk about the characters now, and what characters they are. I love them. They're very cool, and, you know, they satisfy their niches very well, in my opinion. The Seeker is who I'm going to talk about the most because I had the most playtime on her out of all the new characters. She is very cool. You basically stack up Transcendence by using her special over and over again until you have 7 stacks of it, and then you can just revive your teammate or make it so you don't die, which is kind of glitched right now, but I'm assuming they're going to fix it later. But it also buffs you in a lot of ways, so it makes you stronger the more and more you get your Transcendence up, which is very cool. It also heals you. It's just a cool concept. She's a very big support role type character, and I really like it. She has a Dragon Egg as a utility, where she burns herself the more she uses it, which is a really good way of getting like a new Razor Wire build, mixed with Leeching Seeds and all of that, so you basically could do it infinitely if you wanted to. It meshes very well with Weeping Fungus because you can do it while running. So that means you basically just can do it infinitely with your Razor Wire and just have a ton of damage dealt. You also ramp up the damage the more you're in it, so it does a bigger explosion. It's cool. I like it. It's a really cool concept. I love it a lot. The secondaries are serviceable. Like, they're not the main focus of the character. She can put fists through the ground, and they do a decent bit of damage. They stun. She also has a secondary version, which makes, like, these orbs around her that just go around her until they do enough damage and then explode. Kind of for, like, a more melee build type of style. And her primary, as you can see, she does 2 of them, and then a third that explodes. And the first 2 pierce. Pretty cool. I think her subclass can be more expressed as, like, a combat-oriented cleric from, like, D&D or something, where it's, like, she does a lot of damage, but just not enough to be, like, a really strong character. But she also has enough sustain that she just doesn't die, so she's a really good character, in my opinion. Although she can be a little bit boring, because a lot of time you're just doing Dance Dance Revolution by doing, like, the funny Transcendence thing, and her fists don't do enough damage, so a lot of time you're just going, hoo, 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 hoo. Next I'm going to talk about Chef, even though he's my least played character, so I don't really know a lot about him, but he's a combo type of character mixed with Rex, and honestly, probably going to be the least played character out of all of them, but probably the favorite of, like, whoever plays him. You know, like, they're gonna fucking play him to death. They're gonna be super fucking well, like, specialized into him, and they're gonna do some crazy shit with him, because he can do some crazy damage. But you have to be, like, specialized into it, you know what I mean? Like, he's cool, but also, he's just not my cup of tea, and I feel like he's more of a specialist. By the way, spoiler warnings for this, okay? So I'm gonna talk about the new boss. So, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, bananas. The new boss is the new character too. It's like when you get you get the boss after you kill him in the game. He's a new boss. It's basically like you get to play Mithrix. It's cool. And I love him. He's probably gonna be my new main character because he's so fucking cool. He got the bonk, he goes bonk. I fucking love him. He's cool, and I beat fucking Mithrix with him because I thought he would have cool voice lines, but he didn't. But I hope they add some because it sounds like, I feel like Mithrix would have some, like, you know, voice lines for him, you know? Like, I feel like that would make sense, because he has voice lines for Aurelionite, you know? But, I think he's a specialist too, but also he's a specialist that I'm very interested in specializing in, so I'm very excited for it. I love the Kamehameha laser. I don't know why. I just love everything about this character now. It's so fucking cool. And speaking of, I love the aesthetic of this. It's a cool concept to explore the new realms. Like, I think that's kind of what their idea is for a lot of these DLCs, exploring the new realms and stuff like that. So they have, like, they obviously have the Void, and now they have the Gilded Coast that they're exploring, which is cool. Also, the fucking monsters! They're fucking cool! Like, holy shit! Like, I fucking love them. Dude, the little babies I can just fucking kick, like, kick the baby! I fucking love that shit. The new worms are cool. I like them a lot. You just walk over them to make them pop out. It took me a while to think of that, so I just walked around and circled around one for a minute, trying to figure that one out. All in all, those are the only ones that really stick in my mind. They also added in a new elite, which is pretty cool. I don't really understand how it works. I think it just saps your money. Oh wait, they did add another one. I forgot about it completely. I'm pretty sure it reverses the damage because it's like this fucking arrow that happens. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, and that's all right. All in all, I like the new changes to the monsters. They're cool. Before I end the video, I'm going to talk about the overall health of the game with this in it, and honestly, I'm teetering, man, because like everything else is so fucking good, and it's really strong, but the glitches and the items, I can't get over, right? Like, okay, a lot of the new items are fine, if you ask me. They're cool, and, like, although I'm a little annoyed that some of them mess with my drop chances of, like, syringes and stuff, it's part of the fun of the game of getting lucky, you know what I mean? So, it's fine. But, and a big but here, the legendary and also this uncommon, which I neglected to talk about, are just really strong, and I think that they should be fixed in some way or another. Basically, this uncommon makes it so you can get 2 items, and for each subsequent stack of it, you can get a 5% chance of getting a new item as well. So basically, there's chances that you can pull all of these items out of one chest. Like, when I went to grab my legendary item, I got like 3 fucking legendaries because of it, which is just crazy. And that obviously, that other legendary is just super strong because, towards the end of the game, there are so many elite enemies spawning in and so many bosses spawning in that you're going to be just getting exponentially stronger. And, like, I don't know. Like, I like being challenged, and I feel like this takes a lot of the challenge out of the game, if you ask me. So, in the end, what is my opinion? What is my verdict? Is it worth the 15 bucks? Yes. But real talk, it's always going to be worth it. It's $15 fucking dollars. So, like, if you play, like, 3 games of Risk of Rain 2, you're already going to get, like, fucking $5 an hour for that price. You know what I mean? It's just worth it. But if you guys like the video, like and subscribe, all that cool stuff, it would be really help my channel out a lot because, you know, I'm a little tiny guy. I'm a little funny guy, so I'd really like to help. But even for just watching this far, you mean the world to me, and thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.